Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha, kripa sindhubhya cha, patitanam pavanebhyo, Vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna. So, yeah. Today I'll be presenting the pastime of delivering the wives of the Brahmanas who performed sacrifices. So this is from chapter 23 of the Krishna book. So Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead book. Okay. So at first we will try to understand about why we have to hear Krishna Katha. So it is said that there are total 64 qualities in Lord Krishna which are in full. Okay. And out of which 4 qualities are unique to Krishna. So even in other incarnations, we don't find these qualities. So these are exclusive for Krishna. So the qualities are Leela Madhuri and Prema Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri and Venu Madhuri. Okay. So Leela Madhuri is the wonderful pastimes of the Lord. And Prema Madhuri is the Lord is always surrounded by loving devotees who has ecstatic love for the Lord. And Rupa Madhuri is Lord's extraordinary beauty, which astonishes the mind of everyone, both internal and external beauty. And Venu Madhuri is the sweet sound from Krishna's flute, which attracts everyone's heart. So these 4 qualities are specific and unique in full extent. They are present only with Krishna. Okay. So by hearing the wonderful pastimes of the Lord, which is Leela Madhuri, and Lord and his pastimes with the devotees and the loving exchanges between the Lord and the devotees, which is Prema Madhuri, and understanding the beauty of the Lord and his mercy, the Rupa Madhuri, we can relish the loving devotion of the devotees and how the Lord's mercy flows through them and the interactions. So, hearing Krishna Katha, we relish the unique qualities of Krishna. Okay. So with that, we'll come to the actual story where we have 4 different, these are the characters in the current pastime that we are going to narrate. So we have our own Krishna and Balaram, so the main characters. And also along with Krishna, Krishna is Krishna means his devotees are inclusive. So cowherd boys are already there. And the story is with Brahmanas and the wives of the Brahmanas. So we can see these are the different characters in the story, which we are going to narrate. So what happened was Krishna, as usual, killed many demons until this point. And on one fine day, the cowherd boy said, Krishna, we want something else. Okay. Today we are hungry. You are so powerful that you kill many, many demons. That is fine. But today we don't want those kind of pastimes. We want something else. That is the hidden agenda. So that you're told we are hungry. We want to eat something. We do not eat breakfast. Okay. So they say, please arrange for some food. That is a request from the cowherd boys to Krishna. So, we can see the cowherd boys, the pure devotees of the Lord, are dependent on Krishna. So, they serve Krishna and also for everything they are dependent on Krishna. Okay. So, then Krishna says, okay, that is fine, you are hungry. So, there is a nearby, there are Brahmanas who are performing sacrifices. So, please go there and ask for food. And there is a caution. Krishna says, okay, so don't ask for food in my name, okay, because they don't appreciate my holy names, and they just do Vedic ritualistic sacrifices. So ask in the name of Balaram because they treat Balaram as Kshatriya, whereas they treat me as Vaishya. So considering that, at least if you ask in Balaram's name, they may give. If you ask in my name, they will not give. Okay. So please go to them and ask for food in Balaram's name. That is what Krishna says. And cowherd boys, they approach the Brahmanas and they say they first offer the obeisances to the Brahmanas. That is the etiquette. So they offer the obeisances. Then they address the Brahmanas as knower of all the religious principles. Okay. So they say, like, you are the knower of all the religious principles, and you know the purpose of the Vedas. Okay. So indirectly, what cowherd boys are saying is, you know all the Vedas, and what Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita is, Vedesya sarvam ahameva vedyaha Vedanta krut vedavit eva saham. So I am from all the Vedas, I am to be known. Okay. So that is what the summary or the purpose of Veda is. By addressing them as knower of all religious principles, cowboys are saying Krishna and Balaram are sent and ask us to bring food. Since you know what is the summary of the Vedas, you should have known that Krishna is the Supreme Lord, so please give. And they are saying they also instructed Brahmanas about when to give charity and when not to give charity. Okay. So we can see that they are simply a cowherd boys. Okay. They are not highly learned. Like in a social order, Brahmanas are considered to be highest. But we can see that the pure devotees of the Lord has complete knowledge. Okay. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instruction is Kiba Vipra Kibanyasi Shudra Kenahai Ye Krishna Tattvavetta Say Guru Hai. Okay. So if although a person may be born in a low family, okay, if he understands the science of Krishna, if he is Krishna conscious person, then he is fit to become a spiritual master. So this is the order of the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So we can see by the association of Krishna and with the love for Krishna, the cowherd boys who are pure devotees of the Lord has complete knowledge and they could instruct the Brahmanas. Okay. So in this way, what they are doing, they are convincing the Brahmanas with various arguments and various instructions that the Brahmanas has to give food because that is the desire of Krishna. But what happened? The Brahmanas were so busy in doing ritualistic sacrifices. They are doing yajna basically. They are arranging for all of that. And they did not respond. They did not even say yes. They did not say no. Okay. So this is the nature of a materialistic person. So we see that we are busy in our own things. Okay, going to office, just working there, and without understanding what is the purpose behind doing all these things. Yes, Srila Prabhupada says we have to do all those things as a duty. That is fine. But we should ultimately understand the purpose behind all the things is to please the Supreme Lord. So unless we come to the purpose, all the things that we do are in vain. So here we can see that the Brahmanas did not respond. They did not even say yes or no. Okay. So then what happened is they went back to Krishna, disappointed. And what Krishna says, Krishna simply smiles and says, here Krishna gives very important instruction for all of us. So what Krishna says is, this is the nature of asking a charity. We may be successful or unsuccessful, okay? But the result should not be cause for disappointment because charity itself means that is like the choice of other person. So our only endeavor is we ask for the charity. Even in our case, we are coming Janmashtami, right? So all the devotees want to raise Lakshmi for because it is huge. It involves huge Lakshmi, and we should put endeavors in collecting donations. So with our all of our efforts, but the result we have to understand that it is in Krishna's hands. Okay, so only sincere effort is what we can do, even in book distribution or any other things, right? So our effort is what Krishna sees, not the result. Okay, so we can see the same principle here, what Krishna is instructing to the cowherd boys. And Krishna further says, okay, you have asked Brahmanas, now go and ask the wives of Brahmanas. They are pure devotees of me and they are always thinking of me. So go and ask them instead of the Brahmanas. Okay. So then the cowherd boys went to the wives of the Brahmanas and they say, okay, we have come to collect food. Krishna and Balaram want to eat, so they have sent us to bring food from you. Then, as soon as they heard the names of Krishna and Balaram, they became very anxious and eager. Okay. So, they want to see Krishna at once. Okay, Krishna has sent and asked for the food. Okay, so what shall we do? Let me pack. Okay, so let me cook. So that is their consciousness. And we can see there is no need for anyone to convince them that Krishna and Balaram are Supreme Lord. Because hearing about Krishna and Balaram, they could understand that they are indeed the Supreme Lord, and they are like always thinking and remembering about Krishna and Balaram. Okay. And like Srila Prabhupada says in this particular chapter that their reactions were spontaneous. They are not because of someone just said at that time that it is not like that. They are spontaneous. Okay. Their anxiety, their eagerness. So everything was exhibited as soon as they heard that Krishna and Balaram want the food. Okay. So then at once they left their homes and went to see Krishna and Balaram. But what happened, like when they are trying to go there, then the husband or like son's father. So there are many like Brahmana, I mean, family women there, and all of them started going because they want to meet Krishna and Balaram. And everyone objected, don't go, you should not go, that is not the proper etiquette. But because of their love for Krishna, they still went. Okay. So this we can see the principle of what Sri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 18.66, Sarvadharman parityadya mamekam sharanam vraja aham tvam sarva papebhyo mokshayishyami masuchaha. So this is the Sarvadharman parityajya. So complete surrender of Krishna is exhibited by wives of Brahmanas. So there is no consideration for what happens to my material uh, uh, like possessions or security and so on. So they want to express their love for Krishna. Okay, so that is the spontaneous love that they have. So like we can understand that when a devotee is called by the attraction of Krishna, he does not care for bodily ties. Okay, and we can also see that this principle is indeed the definition of pure devotional service given by Rupa Goswami in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It is Anyabhilashita Sunyam Jnana Karmadi Anavrutam Anukulyena Krishnanuselanam Bhakti Uttama. So, what is Uttama Bhakti? Is without any other material motives. Okay, so devoid of material motives and also devoid of jnana and karma. Okay, there is no speculative knowledge and like or there is no endeavor for fruitive activities. Without that, what should we do? Anukulyena Krishnanuselanam. So whatever Krishna lies, I will do. So that is what the wives of Brahmanas did. Okay, that is what pure devotees of the Lord do. So that is the definition of Uttama Bhakti. Okay. So what happened? The wives of Brahmanas, they went to Krishna, and as soon as they saw Krishna within the heart, they embraced Krishna. Krishna. Okay. And like they were hearing about Krishna and Balaram, and they are meditating on Krishna and Balaram, and they want to see Krishna and Balaram, and finally that desire has come. So as soon as they saw with love within their hearts, then I mean they embraced Krishna and Balaram with love. Okay. So Krishna welcomed them, all of them, and he asked, please let me know what I can do for you. Okay. So he like see Krishna is always eager to serve his devotees. Okay. So devotee is always eager to serve Krishna, and Krishna is always eager to serve devotees. So there is a transcendental competition between the pure devotees of the Lord and Krishna. Okay. So in sadhaka state, of course, we need external force and we need monitoring and all those things because we are still in sadhaka state. And when we do regulated devotional service under the instruction of Acharya, then we slowly progress. So the spontaneous devotion exhibited here is uh, like uh, uh, I mean in the different level. So we are still doing in a sadhaka state. Okay. So about the self-interest, there are two things here. One who is in material consciousness or bodily consciousness. So what he thinks is whatever is connected to my body, that is my self-interest. So he thinks everything with respect to his body. But whoever is in spiritual consciousness, so real self-interest is, I am not this body, I am the spirit soul. Okay. So he understands that my real self is my spirit soul, I, who is the spirit soul. And the real position or real self-interest is to connect with Krishna and do loving service with Krishna. So that is what the real self-interest, which is exhibited by a pure devotee of the Lord. So how do we understand this real self-interest? We need the mercy of a bona fide spiritual master. So Lord Krishna says, Tadviddi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnanina tattvadarshina. Okay. So when we approach a bona fide spiritual master in disciplic succession and we serve him, inquire from him submissively, then we receive the knowledge. And only by practicing the instructions of acharyas, we can really understand what is the real self-interest and then do it in practice in our life. Okay. So then, what happens is, okay, Krishna, spoke with them, and he told, okay, oh, the wives of the Brahmanas, please return home. Okay, so you come here, and it is good. I recognize your loving devotion towards me, but please go back. And he gives few reasons. Sorry, he just instructs that go back. And the Brahmanas, the wives of the Brahmanas don't want to go. Okay, and they present few reasons why Krishna should not ask them to go back. Okay, so the reasons are, Lord Krishna says is, I'll eternally, it's an eternal promise that he protects his devotees. Okay, and Krishna says, whoever surrenders unto him will never go back to material world. And they also say, we don't have any desire to give up the shelter of your lotus feet. Okay. And also, we rejected our husband, father, sons, and all. And even though they are saying no, not to come, we rejected them and we came here, and they will not accept us. So, in this way, they are giving various reasons to convince Krishna that don't ask us to go back. So, that is their effort. So, what Krishna says in response to them is, so he says, I am super soul. Okay. So, like, you are the pure devotees of the Lord, and I'm telling you that they will accept you. Okay. They will not have any inimical nature towards you. So that problem is not there. Okay. So they will accept you. You can go back. And here are very, very important instructions to us. So what Krishna says is, always fix mind on me, and very soon you will achieve me. And he says, develop love by process of hearing, seeing the deity form, meditation upon Krishna, and chanting, and not by physical proximity. Okay. So, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Sparanam Spadasevanam, Achanam Vandanam Dashyam, Sakyam Atmanivedanam. Okay. So, by following any of these principles, 9 devotional processes, we can achieve the ultimate goal. So, what Krishna is saying is, you need not be close proximity with me, but if you always remember me and hear about me, I am with you, and you can develop love even in this way. So you can go back and do the same thing that you are doing all these days, meditating upon me and hearing about me, and you will ultimately come back to home. So that is what Krishna is saying. Okay. So then what happens? Okay, the wives of the Brahmanas got convinced, and um, yeah. So the wives of the Brahmanas got convinced, and they go back. So then they continue the sacrifices. The Brahmanas were already in the process of doing the sacrifice, and it is said that a householder cannot do sacrifice without wife. Okay, so that is one of the reason which Lord Krishna also presents, that sacrifice has to complete. So you have to go back so that they can do the sacrifice together. So they both do the sacrifice together. All of the Brahmana householders do the sacrifice, and by associating with the pure devotees, the change in the Brahmanas begin. Okay, so they started thinking that, see, all the Brahmana women, they are so much pure devotees that they left everything and went for Krishna. Okay, so and what is the value of a sacrifice if Krishna is not pleased? Okay, a sacrifice is successful only if Krishna is pleased. Aradite yedi harim tapasa tadah kim, na aradite yedi harim tapasa tadah kim. Okay, so what is the use of a sacrifice if Krishna is not pleased? And if Krishna is pleased, what is the requirement of doing a sacrifice? Okay. So basically, in summary, the main point is whatever we do, if Krishna is pleased, that is the success of that activity. Okay. So then Brahmanas thought, why did we act in such a way that we are inimical towards Krishna? We don't want to give food for Krishna. So they gave various reasons that it may be because of strong material energy. Okay. So although we are teachers, so we have to educate everyone, but we became illusioned. Such is the strong nature of material energy. Okay. And maybe it is because this is just a Krishna's pastime and a trick. And because he's the Supreme Lord and he is self-sufficient. There is no need for him to ask anything. So in fact, in Brahma Samhita 5.29, it is said, Lakshmi Sahasra Sata Sambrama Sevyamanam. So thousands of Lakshmis are ready to serve Krishna. Okay, that is what Lord Brahma is saying. And what is the need for such Supreme Lord to ask for food? No, it is just his pastime, or that is the Leela of Krishna. So that is what the thought process is at this time. This happened because of the association of their wives who are pure devotees of the Lord. And then they repented and they wanted to go and see Krishna and Balaram. Okay. So from not giving or even not responding to cowherd boys, their hearts changed to they wanted to go and see Krishna and Balaram. Okay. But what happened? They did not go because they are fearful of Krishna. Okay. So we can see that, okay, this is the nature of, this is the difference between a pure devotee and materialistic person. Okay. So a pure devotee doesn't see bodily considerations for loving service of Krishna. Just like the example of the wives of Brahmanas, even there is protest from relatives and family members. They want to do the service, they want to serve Krishna. Whereas the materialistic person, they are addictive to fruitive activities. Okay. So they are addictive to rules and regulations. So although they know that, okay, Krishna, sometimes we may also be aware that, okay, Krishna is the Supreme Lord. That is just in theory we know. But what is practice? Only when we serve the pure devotees of the Lord and Krishna, then there will be change in heart. And only when we cultivate the mode of goodness, okay, so then we can really understand the imports of acharyas. So all our endeavors should be to cultivate the mode of goodness in under the guidance of pure devotee. Okay, so unless we do that, our material consciousness is so strong that although we chant every day, do all the things, there is a tendency that we may do them ritualistically. Okay, do we really have heart to do that activity? Is our intention really to please Krishna? So everyone has to check our own thought process. We need not show to anyone. Okay, so we should just check ourselves, our consciousness or conscience, right? So they say, like, it tells you that if you are doing wrong, it prompts you. The super soul actually reveals. So we ourselves can judge ourselves, like whether whatever I'm doing, am I doing it even in devotional service? Am I doing for name, fame? Is that my intention? Or am I doing it to please Krishna? Okay. So this is the difference. Otherwise, we will do the same activity as the Brahmanas as a ritualistic process. We'll chant as a ritualistic process. We'll do everything as ritualistic. But no, the consciousness, the change of consciousness is important. The activity is not the main thing. Okay. Of course, Krishna's holy names are powerful. Okay. But our consciousness is the main thing to experience the real power of the holy name. Okay. So that is the difference between a pure devotee and the materialistic person. Okay. So in summary, like of the entire pastime, we can see that Krishna is all merciful. See, he has arranged this entire pastime. Why? Because he just want to glorify his devotees, the wives of Brahmanas, glorify the devotion. So you need not be a qualified person, okay, materially. No, Krishna sees devotion. Okay. So we can understand how merciful Lord Krishna is. And also the qualification of a devotee is he is always eager to serve and please the Supreme Lord Krishna. Okay. And a devotee is ready to follow the instruction of the Lord even if he has to physically stay away from the Lord. Okay. So that is what we have to understand. And just before I conclude, we can see that the same summary or the pastime we can see from the example of Srila Prabhupada. Okay. So how in Vrindavan he is peaceful. Okay. So because in India, okay, like any sadhu, people respect and they give food. So like Prabhupada used to stay in Vrindavan in Radha Damodar temple is what I remember. So he used to stay there. Okay. So it is very comfortable life. But an acharya like Srila Prabhupada, so he don't want to lead comfortable life. No, he want to preach the message of Krishna to the world, and he want to fulfill the instruction of his acharya. Okay, so what Srila Prabhupada in the letter on 11th November 1967, so what he says is, follow my example as I did in the beginning at 26th Second Avenue. That is preaching, cooking, writing, talking, chanting, everything one man show. I never thought about the audience. I was prepared to chant if there was no man to hear me. The principle of chanting is to glorify the Lord and not to attract a crowd. If Krishna hears nicely, then he will ask some sincere devotee to gather in such place. So this is the consciousness of a pure devotee like Srila Prabhupada. So we should get inspired by such words. And we can see that like Srila Prabhupada through his purity. So purity is the force. That's what Prabhupada says. And so he further says in Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela 17.136, that Krishna wants it. So you serve Krishna to fulfill his mission. That just surrender unto Krishna. Try in various ways, and that is attempt. How one can help person to surrender unto Krishna, that is our plan. Okay. So we can understand that by the example of Srila Prabhupada. Okay. So we can, by understanding his mode, by reading his books, and we can get inspired, and we can also try to take a little step to please Srila Prabhupada and Krishna. Okay. So thank you very much. So I will end the session here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji.
Wonderful session. Like there are so many takeaway points. Like what is charity? When we must do charity, when we not, and also like about serving mood, Lord. An example is the Srila Prabhupada, how he has shown the path to us. Like there are so many Prabhu and wonderful session. Thank you for joining this session and enlightening us. So let us chant one round of Hare Krishna Mahamantra for Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Hare Hare.
Srila Prabhupada. Jai.
Jai.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you. Dyuti Mataji, are you ready with the
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji, I will start.
Yeah, okay. Done.
Dear devotees, please scan and join the quiz. Can we start, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji. Today's strength is low, but still we can. Hari Bol, Ritika Mataji, wonderful. Santosh Prabhu, congratulations. And today's winner is Bhavya Mataji. Congratulations, all three of you. And RK and Kranti Mataji, congratulations for you also for competing for the topmost positions. Nice. Thank you all. Yeah. Thank you all. Let us meet tomorrow.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Yeah, thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.